who possess the eyes of in the glorious sublime kind road in lineage Guru, we take refuge. We take refuge in the deity of the Yidam Mandala. We take refuge in the Bhagavan Buddhas. We take refuge in the sublime Dharma. The mind of awakening and train the same way. Janjo to ne jebai dai janjo sembe la ba la te dai renchen nembai dai te jen do la pendan do janjo semne je chen te jen do ne la ba la rembai chen do la ba je wo Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. I take refuge until through the measure of practicing generosity and other good. May I attain Buddha for the benefit of beings. In the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha, most, I take refuge until awakening through the measure of practicing generosity and other paramita. May I attain Buddha for the benefit of beings. Sanje Chodai Soje Chona Lai Chanchu Padu Tane Jasoi Je Taje Chen Soi Jebe Sonan Je Drolai Penje Sanje Drobai Cho. Sentient beings and limitless space have happiness and the cause of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the cause of suffering. May they not be separated from happiness that's free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity free from attachment. May all mother sentient beings and limitless space have happiness and the cause of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the cause of free from sorrow. May they rest equanimity free from Ma nam ga da nyam be sen jen dan je de wo dan de wei ju dan dem bai ju je dong an da dong an je ju dan de wei ju je dong an men be de wo dan men de wei ju je Nire chatan nindan dewe tanyon lan nembrai joichi. No need. Just do that.
Okay, so page 12, offering.
Just do this continue mandala offering.
The ground is
Sprinkled with the center water, the stream with the flower is adorned with the Mount Meru and the four continents, sun and moon. Seeing it's a Buddha field at the other. May all being experience a completely pure one. Prostrating, offering, confessing, rejoicing, beseeching, and supplicating, I dedicated whatever slight virtue I have gathered for. Saje Bujue Chuje Mendoi Chang Re Roy Lenje Nyende Jembai De Sanje Shen Lai Mende Pewaye Drogun Namdai Shen Doi Chobai Choi Chanze Wadai Chuje Shabai Dan Jesu Yeran Gunshe Sowaye Yewa Jungse Daje Chesaba Kamje Sobe Chanju Chengo Omai Rana Guru Mandala Padeza Soha Namo to the Guru, the complete purity of the phenomena existence. I offer phenomena existence arising within the ground. I pray to the three realms of the completely liberated, grant blessing that from the depth of the samsara is uprooted. Lord, wish-fulfilling crown jewel, your victorious mind is beyond word, thought, and description. You possess the five all-knowing wisdom. You, the essence of the love, endowed with the kindness, and there is a precious protector of the beings. I supplicate you from within the nature state of my mind. Please bless me within the state of the reality itself. Please bless me to realize this completely pure, primordial, non-arising mind beyond thought as a dharmakaya. Namo nase nanda je lama lai nase she so chobai be kaso yondre do so wan de ko wai don do so chenje lo je ye che no boy so je ma sai che me je we to Kembe yeshe andan de zewe tanye kajen je rowa jomze rembo che da sinye je ane sowa de chenye je ando chenje lo sendune jeme nanda de Londe chugu dobra chenje lo. Ome chujinje potondo tu sufanje kunye ngonye rasa chugu ngoso tu daba zawa lama nalangu jatse. Kanje tanje chuwa chong gaba memba je memba chaba memba ta memba wa memba dro memba tate tume tunje me chuba nishe shedem Sobe sanye mananje tamba de la chace lo torje chanje dele naroda mamba mela choche kambo ba pamon truba jawan tekomba kajue lama nala goja ze sheche kala kero jengo je zebe udon tu chele la po cheve temba kune senzab Kagyu Rинпоче language taso senje tanje gelo choson rowa jinge labdoso cholando loma jinge labdoso lantroba sawa jinge labdoso troba yishu sujawa jinge Najeje de Pandalaman Sola Jepso Joe, Jujas and Jalhadalaman Sola Jepso Joe, and as a Pandalaman Sola Jepso Joe, Tobeta to watching Jelab to Tojin to watching Jelab. Desertunda the Majin Jelab to Chaja Chamber, Chojin Wondro, Sentinela, Toba Jingelab to Sanja Kunda Zawa Lamala, Kuzungo Chamber Chat. The men and Lord Rawachabadan, Sedan, Droba, Nyamba, Jingelo. Good morning.
Доброе утро.
In Tibet, there's one particular master from
В
the Nyingma
частности, в
tradition.
Тибете один тибетский мастер
Not just
традиции
he
Нингма.
doesn't teach just Nyingma. Also, he's mostly emphasizing on the commentary of Indian masters.
Он специализировался на учениях, комментарии учений Нагарджуны, текста.
His tradition is basically those commentary can finish in 5 years. And in 5 years, every morning we do this offering, like
5 лет,
opening
каждое
prayer,
утро он
including mandala offering, guru supplication.
делал
So when 5 years,
делал практику подношения, включая подношение мандалы.
Finish the ngonto, all the ngonto. So then they directly give teaching on the
выполнял практику нgonro.
Dzogchen in their tradition. So that is showing us a
практики Dzogchen, индийской традиции.
When coming to the first to the shranam, doing the prostration, offering mandala, and supplicated to the guru, and those all is every day we do this one.
Обращался к гуру, делал простирание.
Part of
в
the
общем,
preliminaries.
все предварительные практики.
Have time to do, namely, but meaningly we have done after a few years, continuing with this.
Так продолжая в течение нескольких лет.
That is just basic information, because sometimes people have this kind of idea of, oh, I haven't done ngonto.
И я это рассказываю для того, что есть люди, которые отрицают важность практики нgonro.
Makes sense if you do this continually. So when come to according to the Dharma, basically everything is a part of the practice.
Согласно дхарме, любая практика является частью дхармы.
All work you can do is become a part of the
Всякая работа вы должны понимать, что всякая работа является частью практики вашей.
Later he became one of the 16 arhat. He was so
Даже если посмотреть жизнь 16 архатов, то все они следовали таким же образом, выполняли ежедневно какую-то работу.
So just only he memorizing as a sweep the dust, sweep the afflicted emotion, sweep the dust, sweep the afflicted emotion. Then later he achieved the arhathood.
И так, рассматривая омрачающие эмоции, они постепенно стали архатами.
I have done this number, I have done this retreat. Then it become like a booster of a pride.
И когда вы выполняете тот или иной ретрит, у вас не должно возникать гордости за это.
Make sense? So sometimes I think without having number and a name and just doing is better for the long-term practice. Make sense? So anytime, whatever we do, even you just doing something around here, just try to go to the clockwise. That
выполняя практику
it's also
дхармы.
You are working at the same time you also circumambulating the temple,
и нужно и когда вы заходите вокруг ступы святого места, не должны выполнять обычную работу.
like you haven't done, but it happened through your mouth and through your hand. Yeah. Yeah, slip or like fall down. When you
Slip down, slip.
yeah, slip down through the mouth and slip down through the hand, the non-virtue. So that way also
Практика не
the
должна
virtuous deed, we try
соскальзывать
to
как
do
бы
that whenever you're
с
walking,
вашего
whenever
языка
you're going
или
somewhere.
с ваших рук.
Even that time, try to do the clockwise, because nowadays people are so rushing, they try to find a way, path, quickest one. And they don't have time to go to clockwise. Sometimes just
Не нужно сокращать путь.
Even coming, maybe you just go to one round, that Xuan room, it also become one circumambulation. So point is whenever we get chance, we should do. Lots of people, we don't have a karma can go to long time retreat, or we don't have karma to
Вы должны
do
помнить,
lots of things,
что
but many things that we
о
can do
карме
small
и
way.
о том,
So
что
including the opening prayer also.
использовать
Just
каждое мгновение
those
для
parts
практики.
become, part of the
Мы не знаем,
preliminary
удастся
practice.
ли нам совершить какой-то долговременный ретрит или нет.
Yeah, okay, so that is the reason I thought maybe share you a little bit. And now we try to go through this text.
Теперь обратимся
I'm
к
not
тексту.
really going like as a Vajrayogini. I try to go through this generally.
Останавливаться на основных моментах.
You become a Vajrayana practitioner. Okay, any empowerment, doesn't matter which empowerment. There's a Vajrayana have 4 different class,
И в Ваджраяне практика Ваджрайогини относится к Ваджраяне, практикам.
Once you receive the Vajrayana vow,
и часто говорят, в Ваджраяне требуется принятие обета Ваджраяны.
How to sustain? How to sustain the vow is you have to learn the practice.
Как поддерживать обеты Ваджраяны? Вы должны изучать, как выполнять практику.
Maybe it helps to by residing in the sadhana without knowing you are doing physically
выполняя садхану
but mentally you're not doing anything.
божества,
So if you learn the meaning, then you also
вы изучаете смысл
so that reason in Tibetan culture, at the beginning when we become a monk, we never learn how to practice.
И когда становятся обычно монахами, они не изучают с самого начала садханы. Это идет позже.
I remember I was talking to one monk, senior monk. He never educated anything.
Вспоминаю одного монаха, который не знал в начале ничего.
He said he have done some retreat. And he said, what are those 5? He said, I have no idea. So that is a little bit, you have done from the physically, of course, you are in the retreat. Verbally, you chant all the text, but mentally, you have no clue what you're saying.
Физически можно находиться в ретрите, что-то начитывать, но умом находиться вообще в другом месте.
Just hiding from the society, and just chanting the word is like a what called this pigeon? Not pigeon.
Начитывать какие-то мантры, но нужно понимать смысл и значение, потому что мы можем уподобиться просто попугаю, которого тоже можно научить читать мантры, но смысла от этого нет.
Plus side of the Westerner is if you can read the English, then pretty much you know most of things.
И если вы читаете по-английски, то можете понять смысл.
But still, you have no idea what is in the text.
И
Because
также
the
и на тибетском,
Tibetan
если вы
word is a lot of
что-то
words
читаете,
are
то
not
вы
necessarily
можете не
common
понимать
word.
смысл.
It's not in the text, you know, because the Tibetan text is really old, and the
Тибетские
majority
тексты
of Tibetan have
обычно
no
старые,
education, so language change. Slowly change.
постепенно
But
язык
writing is the
изменился.
same as over 1,000 years old. Maybe like almost 1,000 years old.
Больше
Same
1000 лет
writing.
назад
So
какие-то тексты,
through that, because of that, majority have no education, and nobody can follow to the, you know, when they're speaking, nobody can follow to the writing.
Чтобы понять
as a text.
их
You know,
смысл,
like when we were a kid, my
нужно
uncle used a
понимание.
certain word for the conversation. You know, that we have no idea what he was saying. Now I know he was using from the text, you know, the writing, like a writing ways. So that way, for us, it's a really stranger word because we don't use commonly. Make sense?
Когда сейчас читаем тексты, вот эти старые, то
but nobody used that,
попадаются слова, которые незнакомые даже для тибетцев.
Otherwise, there's always said nga. So in the text, never said you know, always said tala. So that way, Tibetan have a really difficulty to understand. So if you try to ask someone Tibetan who speak English really good, try to ask them to translate into Dharma, they cannot.
Но язык Дхармы, он отличается. Это такой странный язык.
So that way, for us, we have to put extra effort to learn that one. But you have a plus side, is you don't need that much effort.
Нужно
once you can read the English, you understand pretty much, except certain
силы
certain context,
для того, чтобы изучить
other than that, most of things you can understand.
Тибетский язык Дхармы.
So you have a much
Там
easier way
встречаются
to
также и санскритские термины.
than we do. Really. So because I think the Westerners, they follow
Думаю,
with the language with education, most of people. So that way, not separated, we're speaking language and reading language.
У западных людей язык письменный и устный не так отличается.
If you learn the Tibetan, then you will know that.
А если вы будете изучать тибетский язык, то здесь очень большое отличие между письменным и устным, разговорным. Сокращения. Очень много сокращений в тибетском языке. Если вы не понимаете контекст самого текста, то вам будет непонятно какие-то вещи.
But then problem is your problem is when you read in the book, you understand easily.
Что
But
когда
when
вы
you finish the book,
читаете,
also you finish the memory. Most of things you don't
книгу,
remember.
вы понимаете, когда вы закончили.
Easy to go. For us, we have to learn so hard. But once
вы прочитали книгу, и все, вы забыли. Для тибетцев вы читаете, вам тяжело это дается, понимание. Но говорят, что чем тяжелее дается, тем на долгое время сохраняется в уме. И поэтому тибетцы, обучаясь в монастыре, они много изучают, учат на память текстов.
No, it's not memory. There's one Muslim guy in India.
И в Индии один мусульманин, парень. Я удивлялся, как он запоминает. Он говорил, вот такая-то глава, такая-то, такой-то раздел, такая-то страница. Я так удивлялся. Я слышал
Jefferson Hopkins,
Джеффри Хопкинс.
He can tell all the Tibetan texts. Even he can tell this is from this tradition
назвать
and this page is missing.
многие
He can tell all of them.
тексты, и он знал страницу, мог назвать любую страницу. Очень, есть люди с очень ясной памятью, хорошей.
Text. So here said page 12. It said Namo Guru Vajrayogini.
Так, страница 2 на обращение к Ваджрайогини.
Namo Guru Vajrayogini.
Нама
In the
Гуру
Vajrayana, one
Ваджрайогини.
thing is
Ваджраяне.
you have to
Это
recognize it as
начинается текст с
your mind,
обращения.
Guru's mind, and deity's mind. They are inseparable. Especially whatever deity you practicing, you have to be see as an inseparable of your guru.
Неважно, какое божество вы практикуете, но вы должны рассматривать его как своего гуру, воплощение своего гуру.
At some point, Naropa said,
Так
son,
Наропа
this is
говорил,
that, relative mandala that build the mandala on the
он
side of the
построил
shrine.
мандалу
And
и
Naropa said,
говорил,
if you want to see the
говорил
absolute
Наропе,
mandala, look up.
вот
Then
это относительная
Naropa looked
мандала.
up and he saw on the space complete Chakra-sambhava mandala.
И когда Наропа посмотрел в пространство перед собой, он увидел абсолютную мандалу. И
I will see Guru long as I'm here, but I'm not going to have chance to see this mandala like this, you know.
И когда Марпа тоже говорил, что вам, ученикам, что нет необходимости смотреть куда-то в сторону на божество, потому что я являюсь воплощением этой мандалы. И тогда вот эта мандала в пространстве, она растворилась в сердце Марпы.
Guru yoga, deity yoga. Yoga means the
И
union.
гуру-йога называется практика нераздельности божества и гуру.
Different, in the Vajrayana, you have to see those three are inseparable. So that way here said,
в Ваджраяне присутствует три нераздельности.
Vajrayogini as a deity, Guru as a your guru, those are
Ваджрайогини — это божество, гуру — это есть гуру ваш.
Vajrayogini, you pay homage. Make sense? Yeah. This is a daily practice of the rising stage of the mantra recitation of the Vajrayogini. So this is daily practice. Whenever you see the daily practice, it means that this is really
мантры Ваджрайогини.
Concise one, really short one, you know.
В краткой форме.
Reason is as you know, Tibetan have so many practice.
Тибетцев есть очень много практик.
If you do the whole sadhana, try to do that
если они будут делать,
one day, you cannot finish all those
то они не смогут никогда закончить их все до конца. Поэтому нужна какая-то краткая форма.
Really abbreviate one, really short one, actually. You know, sometimes actually maybe like a little bit too short. This one. Because they are not much like offering and those things, they're not much there.
Поэтому нужна очень короткая какая-то форма практики.
This is why this is concise, because when we're practicing, it's a ngondro and all those other practices including here. This is like continuing.
Другие.
You know, and also Chakra-sambhava have all those detailed practice.
Например, в Чакра-самваре
so this is a continuing. That way, it has only abbreviation. But if you do the Vajrayogini
такая распространенная практика,
you should do the little bit like Chugir,
но
really good.
Мы делаем обычно краткую форму.
So yeah, that's more detail. So that's for the if you do the only Vajrayogini practice.
Если вы делаете только практику Ваджрайогини,
то offering, including the Gana Chakra,
то все другие подношения они включены в Гана-чакру.
So that way it's called the daily practice, mean that really concise.
Поэтому называется дневная практика очень такая
with the body of the sevenfold posture of concentration.
Краткая.
So this sevenfold posture of a concentration, normally you see this one, in the sutra it said sevenfold posture of a Buddha Berojana. It's the same.
В Хинаяне называется это семиченная поза Вайрочаны. Почему называется семиченная поза? Потому что для медитации, для любой медитации,
meditation on the generation stage, meditation on
на
the
зарождение, завершение
on the
стадии, неважно.
Channel, bindu, or any kind of meditation you want
практики с каналами, бинду, чакрами.
Train the essential point of the body. So what is the essential point of the body is it? And this sevenfold.
Главный пункт – это поза тела. И здесь говорится семичленная. Это скрещенные ноги, руки в позе медитации, прямая спина, глаза, подбородок немножко поджат. Глаза смотрят на нос перед собой. Плечи расправлены. И язык касается верхнего неба. Верхнего неба. По-русски небо.
Pilot, yes. So this is it. By learning physically how to sit.
Так обучается, как занять правильную позицию телом.
Become more relaxed.
Ум становится более спокойным.
Like a spine straight is the one of the key.
И прямая спина – это один из ключевых пунктов. Таким образом, каналы становятся прямые, и ветер успокаивается, и успокаивается от этого ум. Поэтому вот это такой основной пункт, основная причина для пребывания в семичленной позе. Если ум успокаивается, то вы можете достигнуть того, чего хотите. И ум подобно дикому животному, которого укротили.
They do everything what you tell. If you go to the, wild, you try to talk those animals, they will never going to follow what you give the direction. But if you go to circus,
посмотрите на любое дикое животное, оно не будет вам подчиняться, будет делать то, что оно хочет.
Right now, our mind is like a wild. So you have to train that mind
Поэтому
to bring to the calm. For that, need the physical support.
Подчинить его.
Right now, our mind and body is a
между телом и умом есть прямая связь. Мы можем влиять на ум через тело.
So tight, bound is so tight that whatever your mind feel, body react. Whatever body feel, mind react.
И тело чувствует, что как реагирует ум, а ум ощущает, как чувствует себя тело.
Body actually produce the tears. Yeah. And also when your body is really
когда
sick,
ум находится в таком расстройстве, то тело начинает плакать.
So right now our mind and body is really like feel each other, can say. So that reason physically support is a necessity. So this is seven posture is a physical training.
Они взаимно чувствуют
and
друг
another
друга.
way you can say from the three training, you can say sevenfold posture is also training of the morality. physically need discipline to mind bring into
тело
the
требует
meditation.
физической
Because without
дисциплины,
the support of the
и
physical body cannot
без поддержки физического
bring mind
тела
to the meditation.
невозможно привести ум к медитации,
I
к
think the
состоянию
reason
медитации.
have to learn how to do the seven posture. I think
Такова
my understanding is especially
причина,
three
почему
are
следует
most important
использовать
for the
и для чего
meditation. First one
предназначена
is spine
семичленная поза.
straight. Make sure the whole spine from the tailbone to until the what called skull. Yeah, spine must be really straight because
Итак,
that helps
спина,
mind become calm.
позвоночник должен быть прямым. Спина
And
должна
second
быть
one
пряма.
is the eye gaze.
По поводу,
Mind is
второе, по
follow with the
поводу
eye.
взгляда.
When my eye is gazing in the front, when you're
Глаза
kind of like
смотрят
nose, it's called
прямо перед собой, вниз, в направлении кончика носа.
this is called the peaceful eye gaze.
Это называется
And of course, when you're meditating on the Mahamudra and Dzogchen, then this eye gaze is
взгляд.
different. At that time, your mind is already trained. Then you can use as that appearance as a part of your meditation. At that time, it's different, you know. And but right now, because our mind is not really trained well, until mind is really
сейчас, пока
trained,
наш ум еще не хорошо подготовлен,
the bliss of the flexibility,
не такой
you have to be gaze
податливый.
and the front and the shoulder a little bit open because we are.
Мы смотрим прямо вниз перед собой, плечи развернуты.
Society of stress, pressure. We are like a society is like pressure cooker. So we are living in the society of the stress.
Мы живем в обществе и постоянно подвержены стрессу. И расправляя плечи, мы ослабляем вот этот стресс.
You can put on the knee. You can either ways. I think okay. And also leg. You can sit on the chair or you can sit on the cushion.
И по поводу ног вы можете сидеть как на стуле со скрещенными ногами, так и в позе лотоса.
So why this is called the seven posture of Buddha?
Почему называется семичленная поза медитации?
I think some of you already heard this one. I mentioned this.
Вы слышали кто-то из вас об этом. Будда Вайрочана — воплощение всех просветленных тел.
So they are respectively
уважительно
mind,
тело, речь, ум, качество и действия просветленных существ. Тело, речь, ум, активность. И
we call the Tathagata family, Vajra family, Jewel family,
так мы называем
and Karma family. They are
семейство Ваджра, семейство лотоса, семейство карма. Это все 5 семейств, называется 5 Кханибут, 5 семейств. Это проявление просветленных качеств. Карма — воплощение просветленных действий. Из этих 5 семейств Будда Вайрочана — это воплощение просветленного тела. Изучая физическое положение тела, то мы приближаемся, мы достигаем просветленного тела.
I think why it's called the seven posture of Buddha Bharajana. Otherwise, here like didn't say seven posture of Buddha Bharajana. It said
Поэтому называется семичленная поза
here just
Вайрачаны.
used as a sevenfold posture of a concentration.
Семичленная поза концентрации
So
также
that way, not
называется.
necessarily have to use always a Buddha Bharajana. But reason lots of time we use in this one is I think the reason is that one because Buddha Bharajana is the in Latin body.
Обычно не называется семичленная поза Вайрачаны, просто называют семичленная поза. Но вы должны помнить, с чем связано.
And I wrote it a little bit detailed here, some stories and all those things. Maybe you can read.
Пропущу некоторые истории, вы сами их сможете прочитать.
This is also according to the Pamadrupa.
Согласно Падматрупа,
mainly he used as a
использовал девятичленную позу.
Pamadrupa used as a ninefold posture. So ninefold posture is a seven posture.
Это семичленная поза.
On that generation stage and completion stage he had.
Используется при добавлял туда на стадию зарождения, стадию завершения. Поэтому получается девятичленная поза. Центральный канал Ваджрайогини большое внимание уделяется вхождению ветра центральный канал.
Sutras is called reaching to the first bhumi. Then there's have a central channel.
Также называется это вхождение на первое бхуми.
They have lots of knots. So you have to break all those knots. So how to break those knots?
Должны устранить все узлы в канале, когда поднимается энергия по каналу вверх. И капля потом стекает с макушки до сердечной чакры.
So this, I think in the Vajrayana is more necessary learning how to all those seven postures.
Всего самое главное, самое важное изучить семичленную позу, чтобы устранить блоки вот в практике.
I think there's like each one have their own detail how to bring to the downward wound. So bring to the some of them are bring to the wind to the central channel, and some of them strengthening the wind in the central channel also, because when baby was conceived in the womb,
когда ребенок зачинает ребенка,
formed, our wind is in the central channel.
То
when body is complete form,
ветер
when wind try to move,
входит в центральный канал.
Because of the blockage or not, because of the knot, and because of the wind is too weak to break the knot, then come out. When wind come out, it's become afflicted wind. Then we have all those conceptuals.
Но это не касается ребенка. Когда ветер находит центральный канал, и там есть многочисленные узлы, и он не может их развязать, то он выходит из канала обратно, и называется омрачающий ветер.
energy to that wind can be slowly through the power of the or energy of the wind, strength of the wind can open the blockage, and one day we can
через
reach to
энергию
the,
ветра,
Dharmakaya.
входящего
Makes sense?
в
I think
центральный
this is
канал,
in the Vajrayana particularly, those
достигается
all seven
Дharmakaya.
As they have, each one have their own kind of like a function of how to blockage the wind from the outside, because there's basically we have a 5 type of wind. It's called the
Так, у нас обычно есть 5 разновидностей ветров, всепроникающие. Восходящие, всепроникающие.
Hard, vital wind. Yeah, So downward wind is help us to go to bathroom and
направленные вниз.
Those
нисходящие.
And upward wind is like we can speed, move. A vital wind is the heart pumping and one is I forget the name, but it's help to digestion and things like that function.
И один ветер, забыл, как он называется, он помогает пищеварению.
Magnetism of organ, yeah, all function, how to all function all those our organ.
Помогает функционированию всем внутренним органам.
Because of that wind, those 5 wind. But once they function, but at the same time, it bring all the conceptual thought. Make sense? So I think Vajrayana is more
так они функционируют и вызывают концептуальный ум.
Because in the sutra,
сутрах
they not mention that much, but I think Vajrayana more maybe because it's each have their more.
Они не упоминаются в сутрах,
especially
этот ветер, разновидности ветра. Об этом говорится в Ваджраяне.
So when wind is stay outside, is called the afflicted wind, and when wind is getting inside the
ветер находится вне канала, то это омраченный ветер. Когда он входит в центральный канал, то это называют ветер мудрости.
Something like that.
Примерно так.
Vajrayana posture. So Vajrayana posture is said to be block the middle channel. Strain the spine is the most important element of the
Прямая спина
– одна
из важных пунктов в седемичленной позе.
Straightening the spine, entire central channel. Sometimes it's a wind flow. Wind will flow
так нужно выпрямить спину, чтобы ветер шел спокойно, беспрепятственно через канал, центральный канал, по каналам.
So even through some meditation, you may get to your wind channel inside the central. It's not going to be remain because it's a lack of the strength. So it helps. The open shoulder, Pamadruba teach that this posture helps reduce the stress or decrease of the wind disease. So
и устранить заболевание ветра.
Yeah. Then hand meditation posture. The hand meditation posture bring the water wind into the central channel. The water wind or life force wind is the
руки устанавливаются в равностной позе медитации.
It's also at the battle wind.
Означают, что ветер, входящий в центральный канал.
The tip of the nose and
смотрим на кончик носа.
touching to the plated
кончик языка
palate
касается верхнего неба.
serves as strengthening the wind element within the central channel. This help unblock the node within the central
И
channels. And
ветер, входящий в
mouth
центральный
keeping the
канал,
lips
он
and teeth
развязывает
slice open
все узлы.
helps to maintain our vital essence. In the neck position, holding the neck slides toward within the central, what called chin, slightly lower, is associated with the fire wind. It move upward like the blazings, fire. So fire wind is an upwind, like we speaking those things. Sometimes it's called the fire wind. Sometimes it's called the upward wind. This wind is activity when we exhale or speak. Is forcefully through into the center channel with the posture. Padma taught the sevenfold posture as a ninefold posture of the concentration. We concentrate on the generation and completion stage. Additional support for the concentration. These two additional element help us to experience the bliss, luminosity, and non-conceptual thought. The same thing is, you know. Okay, so this is a first part of the. Now, I wrote a little bit here detail about the generation stage.
Расскажу немножко, остановлюсь на стадии развития.
Because this also, it's not necessarily everyone is the same, but according to the Pauzula's commentary on the Vajrayogini sadhana, so I wrote
согласно комментарию на
generation stage can be done in the several different style, which often
развития может выполняться в разных стилях.
From womb, from moisture, from the egg, and from
там говорится рождение разных видах рождения из яйца, из чрева, из сырости и так далее.
Commentary on the Vajrayogini that the generation stage style called the four Vajra liberated from womb birth.
Комментарии на Ваджрайогини
called the five manifestation
говорится 5 проявлений.
Seed syllable, hand implement, and complete form of the deity. This is called the manifestation of five enlightenment. Okay. Liberate the egg birth and the three ritual generation. Seed syllable, implement mark with the seed syllable and deity. The complete form is the deity. Is the liberated from the womb birth and instantaneous visualization liberated from the spontaneous birth. Because this order is a little bit different than some other, including to the Kundu, Jamgu Kundu also. And some Jamgu Kundu, I think one is I wrote in the Vajrapani's commentary, I wrote in the, I think it's a 5. Manifestation of the 5 manifestation of the enlightenment is the what called the purification of the womb birth. So, okay, first we have there's a 4 different type of a birth. You know,
4
lot of beings
разновидности
born from the
рождения.
womb.
Первое рождение из чрева. Большинство человеческих существ
animals and
и животных
give a birth from the womb.
получают рождение из чрева.
Second one is a birth from the moisture,
рождение из влаги.
Insect.
Такие как многие насекомые.
There is no really birth. Lots of milk, what called like animal when they die, the body with what called this? Maggots. I think a lot of those maggots also may be born from the moisture. I think so, because they don't have a mother to come to give a birth there. Yeah. And lots of like a turtle, bird, let's say born from the
Так,
eggs.
птицы, например, рождаются из яиц,
And
рождения.
hell beings and godworms, they born from the miracle bird. Yeah.
И,
So this sentient being are born from this four different type of birth.
например,
So that reason there's
рождаются
a four
чудесным образом.
different type of generation stage. First is called the four Vajra, according to the
Согласно
what called Pautsulatwa. According to the Pautsulatwa, four Vajra ritual, purify the birth from the womb. Five enlightenment,
очищаем
five manifestation of the enlightenment, liberate or purify birth from the egg, and three ritual generation stage will liberate birth from the moisture. And
итак, стадия развития, она очищает, призвана очистить от этих четырех видов рождения.
Purified birth from the miracle birth. Yeah. So that reason you can see those different type of.
Такова
I think
причина
this sadhana,
этих
I
четырех.
think this four vajra, say the meditation on the emptiness, one, meditation on the seed syllable, two,
Медитание
meditation on the
на
complete body,
пустоту,
three,
медитация
meditation
на
on
семенной слог,
placing the mantra.
медитация на мантру.
So those are four, according to the Pautsulatuma, it's called the four vajras. Because sometimes they call the four vajra. Sometimes they name as
Согласно вот этому
some master
учителю,
use as
он называет
four,
четыре условия, важных условия.
what called the four
медитации.
three rituals or four rituals. Sometimes their order is a little bit
ритуала.
different, title is a little bit different. But point is it really help us to liberate from the birth, because if
Помогает
we want to be free from samsara, we need to liberate from the
этих
birth.
четырех видов рождения,
Because
способов
if we were
рождения.
not born, we will not be all experience the suffering, samsaric
Если вы не рождаетесь, то вы не испытываете сансарического страдания.
So through this practice of a generation
Посредством
stage, the deity,
практики зарождения
liberate
божества,
from the
вы
birth
освобождаетесь
of continuing
от
birth of the samsara.
постоянного рождения в сансаре.
Basically, it's like the seed is ending, because seed or gene or whatever you call,
таким образом вы приходите к завершению
kind of like
семени.
Ending there. So by meditating on the deity, so this reason we have to learn this, why we have to do this kind of meditation.
Поэтому это причина, по которой мы изучаем вот эту практику медитации.
Okay. So first one is from this four Vajra generation, first said meditation on the emptiness. This I think yesterday I mentioned this one. Meditation on the emptiness as a
Итак, медитация на пустоте. Первое.
Basically meditating on the completion stage. So completion stage of the deity, there's a two kind of completion stage.
Стадия
With the sign
завершения.
and without the sign. With the sign mean that
подразделяется на две части с признаками и без признаков.
And those like six of
С
Naropa,
признаками
with sign,
это включает в себя
with the sign.
визуализация каналов Бинду, чакр.
Completion stage without sign mean that then
без
absolute
признаков.
Mahamudra.
Это Махамудра, абсолютное состояние.
You can call the ordinary
Можете
mind.
назвать
That's
рикпа.
called the completion stage without sign.
Это
So here,
все
three
стадия
mantras.
завершения
It said,
без
Om
признаков.
Subhashita Sarvadama Subhashitaham.
Итак,
Om Vajrashuddha Sarvadama Vajrashutaham.
читаются
Om
три
Yogashuddha
мантры.
Sarvadama Yogashutaham. So these three mantras,
Эти три
His
мантры,
Eminence Chengar Rinpoche, when he was giving teaching, said, also His Holiness Gyalwang Rinchen, one of the 16th Дрикунг holder,
принадлежат 16-му Дрикунг Кагью
purifying the body, speech, and mind
главе.
respectively. Соответствует
телу, речи.
And Vajrashuddha Sarvadama purification of the mind and speech. And purification of the mind. By recitation of these three, it becomes purification of the three doors of the body, speech, mind.
Происходит очищение трех
And this
врат
one said
тела, речи, ума.
purifying. They said two types of purities. One is called the primordially or naturally purity. And one is called the removal of obscuration and defilement. Primordially pure refer to be our essential nature of that always be pure. So naturally we're all pure. There's no difference. That essential,
изначально мы все
primordially pure is always
очищены.
pure. Doesn't matter. Like if you bring to the glass of water, one is a dirty, one is a really clean.
Возьмете
The
два
dirty one
стакана,
is
один с
nature of the
грязной
water
водой
is clean.
и
The water
другой
and
стакан с
dirt is
чистой.
not one. They are separate. Make sense? But we cannot see, this naked eye cannot see those two as separate. So similarly, Buddha is like a clean water. Now our mind is a dirty water, but our mind, nature mind itself is a clean. It's not like a defilement is not part of the mind.
Вот эту
Make
грязь.
sense? Like a cloud is not part of the sun.
И облака не часть
But
солнца.
for us, we cannot separate those two.
Мы разделяем это.
I think one thing is in the what called this text? Uttaratantra. Uttaratantra said, if you don't have a Buddha nature,
если у вас
you don't have a joy of doing virtuous things and have a sadness of doing negative, and you don't have a renunciation of a want to free from suffering and compassion, those are signs of that you have, your nature is pure. So, like example, when you are angry, yeah, like for example, when you are angry, you're not comfortable. That way it's called the disturbed mind, because it really disturbs you. You're not going to happy be angry. Oh, I'm really happy today. I'm angry.
Невозможно быть счастливым.
You're really disappointed yourself when you get angry.
Если вы расстроились, то вы
You didn't like
стали
that. But
гневными.
why is that feeling come? Because naturally we're not angry people. Our nature is not angry. That way when comes something is a opposite of the nature,
Естественное состояние не является состоянием гнева.
But when you have a positive thought, it makes you relax.
Если у вас положительные, хорошие мысли, то вы естественным образом расслабляетесь.
But when water mixes with the fire, there is eruption, destruction. Yeah, because two opposites come together. Similarly, when our mind is mixed with the opposite one, which is called the afflicted emotion, it never be peaceful, never be comfortable, never be relaxed.
Если в уме присутствуют омрачающие эмоции, то человек не может быть счастливым.
But it doesn't mean the primordially pure doesn't mean that you are pure then become impure. Some people may think that way. You know, because there's someone, Rimma pair said, one base, two path, one result. Some people think, oh, that means that we all same Buddha, then become a non-Buddha. There's sounds like that way, but the foundation is the same, Buddha and sentient beings. But there's a two path. Buddha is went to the right path,
Будда
become
и
Buddha.
чувствующие
We are
существа
went to the wrong path, we become
имеют одну и
sentient
ту же
beings.
природу.
But source is the same. That way, permanently nature is pure.
Един.
Everyone is pure.
Каждый чист изначально.
So that way, no need to purify that one. But there's a second one is called essential nature is a pure. However, our defilement
несмотря на то, что все изначально чисты,
don't allow access to that purity. So like a cloud, we're not allowed access to the sea,
тем не
the
менее,
sun.
омрачение
Same
подобно
way, our
облакам,
defilement
которые скрывают
make us
солнце.
to blockage of that pure. They must be removed. The
Они
word
должны быть
yes,
устранены.
Shuto is a what called grammatically variation of the shutta. Shut. Appearing to us, it is a mantra as a reference to the two purities. So there's a two kind of purities: naturally pure and removable, pure from the removable obscurations.
Так говорится здесь.
So there's a Omasubo Shuddha, Sarvatama, Subo Shuddha Hang. So that's a two Shuddha. You see, talking about these two pure, naturally pure one and pure from the removal. Yeah.
О двух частотах.
And this name is, I thought we fixed this one, but still made the great Kama Kagyu master Chamiram. It's not Chamiram, but it's the same as this Pauzula Tungwa. Yeah, Pauzula Tungwa. This I thought we changed this one, but it might have this one. Yeah. Yeah. I think I don't have the latest file. Maybe I think I work with Kemo on this. So Pauzula Tungwa said to be, Buddha wrote this particular mantra because we are caught in the web of the conceptual dualistic mentality of the subject and object. To free ourselves and remove this defilement, we use this mantra as a Vajra armor or as a weapon. By meditating on entities, we are freeing ourselves from the duality. So that is, you know, our goal is actually like a
Наша цель.
Why we are suffering?
Почему мы страдаем? Потому что у нас есть дуалистичное восприятие.
Attachment and aversion. Attachment and aversion make us engage through the negative action. Non-virtue. Yeah? Then cannot escape from the consequences of that non-virtue. That is called the suffering. So what is our Buddhism? Particularly in the Buddhism, we call the nirvana, liberation, and the many different names. Basically, we are seeking the non-duality. That is our goal. How to reach to the non-duality. You know, once you reach to the non-duality, then you know there nothing you need to do.
Когда мы достигаем недвойственности, то нет необходимости в чем-то другом.
So that way we have to meditate on the, you know, like equanimity from the beginning.
Нужно медитировать на равностности.
So that way, Buddha taught this mantra, especially.
Вот используется эта мантра для
Second mantra
очищения.
purify the speech. It's also the union of the emptiness
речь.
and great compassion. This second mantra.
Для достижения великого страдания. Вот эта мантра.
And the third mantra is a representative of the non-dual of the Samaya being and wisdom being. In other words, that's a being that you visualizing in the through Buddha in the inseparable your visualization, visualized deity exists in per model as actually enlightened beings. So samaya
Вы
being mean that what you
визуализируете,
visualize, wisdom being mean that you invite in the pure land to and dissolve to you.
визуализируете
are
божество
inseparable. It's
как
called the
просветленное
Yoga
существо.
So Vajrashuddha mean the emptiness. Vajra as emptiness.
Ваджра шутха
So that's the
означает
union of the Vajra and
ваджра
the
пустотность.
Yoga Shuddha mean the wisdom and
Йога
samaya
шутха
being inseparable. So
означает
that is the meaning of the I think
нераздельность.
text. What called the mantra. So point here is that through the recitation of these three mantras, you are meditating on emptiness. As you recite and dissolve everything yourself and all that surrounding you into the empty nature, like an empty space. This is like a cleaning the land before you start to build new house.
перед
You
тем,
have to
как
tear
строить новый
down
дом,
all the old one in order to make the room for the new one.
чтобы
Our body is like the old house that must be cleaned away. That's where
поэтому
we
нужно
dissolve
очистить,
into the empty
старательно
space
очистить место.
before we start to build up the deity as form. So that is one. But as
Также и здесь следует очистить место для того, чтобы визуализировать себя в качестве божества.
Actually, particularly, it's a completion stage without the sign. Ultimate.
В частности, это есть стадия завершения без признаков.
Yesterday I said, Anuyoga Tantra emphasizing on the wisdom. Wisdom means
акцентирует внимание на мудрости.
Generation stage and the completion stage are inseparable.
И где говорится, что стадия заразить, стадия завершения, они нераздельны.
From the beginning to wisdom being and samaya being is always be inseparable.
Изначально мудрость и самая нераздельны.
Oh, then all the other sadhana also similar this way.
Во всех садханах так говорится.
From the beginning of the Tara said, so that way, one of the I forgot his name, the one of master in Tibetan. Most of Tibetan sadhana, they count as a Anuyoga Tantra or Yoga Tantra or Action Tantra or Performance Tantra. But majority of practice according to the Anuyoga Tantra, even the Tara. Because between these four yoga, the relationship of the practitioner and deity is not same. When actually action tantra, relationship of the deity and practitioner is like a king and subject.
Отношения между вами и медитирующим и божеством подобно как король и слуга.
Then come to the secondary. It's called the performing tantra, action tantra, performing tantra, performing tantra. Then relationship between the you and
отношения между вами, медитирующим и божеством, как братья.
It's the captain of the boat is performance. The action is the king and the subject. Performance is the captain of the boat and the passenger. And then yoga is the brother.
I don't know.
Yeah.
My understanding is this between okay, that's a hard version. So my version is a little bit different.
Ну, мое мнение несколько отличается.
Performance tantra relationship between
совершение, отношения между
deity and yourself is
медитирующим
like civilian.
Божеством.
Still not one, civilian. And yoga tantra, relationship between deity and yourself as a wisdom being and samaya beings. Wisdom being, samaya being, still their separation. Even later become inseparable, but it is still separation. But Anuyoga Tantra, there's no separation of the wisdom being and samaya beings. That is the relationship. So that way, most of Tibetan, they said Tibetan practice as a Anuyoga Tantra. So that way, like
между
Tara, everything
практикующим
you
и
visualizing
божеством.
Tara, you visualizing, all those deities. So because in the action Tantra, it doesn't have that concept of you
Тантре
becoming
действия
deity.
нет такого, что вы становитесь божеством.
But the point is here, this particularly Subhashita, Sarvatama Subhashita is really like same as a ultimate nature of a completion stage. So that is supposed to come later, but because of this Anuyoga Tantra, and Anuyoga Tantra must be inseparable of the generation stage and the completion stage. That way, these two come together from the beginning.
Итак, в йога-тантре стадия развития, стадия завершения идут вместе.
By purifying with these three mantras,
очищая
all
этими
the
тремя
phenomena
мантрами все феномены,
within the grasp and grasping become emptiness.
все хватания за феномены становятся пустотными.
So there's inseparable, become emptiness means
нераздельными.
I don't know what people think about the word of emptiness.
Не знаю, что люди думают по поводу термина пустотности.
Misunderstand of the emptiness word.
Но
because
много
one time I
непонимания.
went to West Virginia, there's one small church. They want to share me about the Buddhism. What called this? Like more
like an interfaith dialogue?
Something like that. There's one small church.
Но я
So I share a little bit
в
my broken
одной
English. A long time ago, this is some broken English. I used a little bit talk. And then one guy said, end of the talk, he said,
где
basically, I
рассказывал
really
о
like the
буддизме.
Buddhism. Contact, basically, I like. But I really don't like any of nothing.
И мне один человек сказал, мне нравится буддизм, но я не понимаю пустотности.
I said, I really don't like that one. And I said,
Мне это
I
не
think you
нравится.
talk about the emptiness or dharmakaya. That's empty is not talking about the nothing. This is it means the
Пустотность
everything.
это не значит, что
Because of the
ничто.
emptiness, all phenomena can function. If there's no emptiness,
Все
none of
феномены
phenomena
могут
can function. As yesterday I mentioned,
функционировать.
without the space, element cannot function. Same way, so without the emptiness, phenomena cannot function. Pamanduva said, from the hell to hungry ghost. I mean, from the hell to the Buddhahood. Sorry. From the hell to the Buddhahood, everything can change because of the emptiness. So emptiness is like a really main body.
Миров ада до состояния просветления можно все изменить.
All the
Это
stars,
все пустотность.
whatever, is a part of that space. Function within that space, yeah? So emptiness is the main body. Because of the emptiness can function. So also emptiness is not talking about there is a nothingness.
Пустотность
So
не говорит о том, что это ничто.
From the Heart Sutra.
Так, вспомним сутру сердца, что
That's a really beautiful word.
ничто не
When talking about the
существует.
emptiness means the empty of inherent existence.
So
Nagarjuna didn't say you don't have a mouth, you don't have a nose, you don't have an air.
Независимого
He's not saying when you don't no self.
Существования ни в чем.
Within the having this all body, if you try to find the self, you're not going to find the self. So that is the idea of what does emptiness mean.
Так вот,
And
такова
one
идея
example is
пустотности.
use chariot. Chariot?
Колесница.
Like car. Right now you use, we call the car. If you try to, somebody asks you to, you really show me where is the car. You cannot show the car. There are so many pieces, none of them called car. Yeah, meaningful. Same as our body. If you try to point, is this your body? Is this your body? They are not really body.
Если мы разложим, например, автомобиль на запчасти, то никто не скажет, что вот это вот автомобиль, вот это автомобиль. Это часть автомобиля. Также и с телом человека. Если мы возьмем одну часть тела человека, другую, мы не можем назвать это человеком.
It's not one. There are many pieces there together. Similarly, our body is like that. Right now, our vision is not that good.
Таким же
That's what we
образом
see as a
и
one-piece body.
другие тела,
But
которые
our vision
состоят
is
из
becoming more subtle.
множества
Then we're not going to see,
составляющих,
no longer see that one-piece
не
body.
существует
So that's
независимо.
what is mean the emptiness.
Так,
There's no really
таков
inherently
смысл
existing of
пустотности.
any phenomena. I
Это
heard some
касается всех
scientists have a
феноменов.
problem. Because of that, they have a fear of this planet will be, what call that? Yeah, disintegrate in any minute. I heard something like that. Some scientists have then become a little problem in the mentally. Because they see as a mini, like they're not really solid, through the how to call the examination, research, yeah, and special, yeah, investigation. So this purification is called a purification will be further explanation as a four part. Basis of the purification, what is being purified, what purified or the antidote, and the result of the purification. So there's need something to purify it. If there's no base, you cannot purify it.
Нечто очистить.
Yeah, like when we said we wash the clothes.
Так, например,
what we're washing is not that dissolving the clothes, removing the dirt.
Устраняем
you never heard that
загрязнение.
washing the soap, because there's there are no reason to base of the washing. If you use the soap, it dissolves and there has become nothing. Yeah, so you need the base of a purification.
Вам нужна
So what is the
основа
base of the
очищения.
purification? Is it
Что такое?
base of the purification? That is what will make the purification possible. Is a Buddha nature. Without the Buddha nature, there's nothing purified.
И без
Buddha nature
природы Будды
exists
нечего
equal within
очищать.
the sentient beings. There's no one being who does not have it. So
Никто, нет ни одного живого существа, кто не обладал бы природой Будды.
I think maybe a little bit different living being and sentient being, yeah? Yeah.
Есть некая разница между чувствующими существами и живыми существами.
Uttara said,
Уттара-тантре говорится,
big as an elephant and small as an insect.
Большой, как слон, и маленький, как насекомое. Но неважно, кто из них, состояние Будды находится присуще и тому, и другому.
What called the small and Buddha nature not get big. When changing your body change, and that nature is not going to change.
Когда меняем тело, но природа Будды остается та же. Она неизменна.
We call the mind stream. Actually, mind stream means that something's continuing.
Называем поток ума.
What really continues is that nature.
Что продолжается?
Conceptual change. Every single moment,
концепции, мысли, они меняются,
but something is remain, is
но
called
нечто остается.
Wisdom. Even the Alaya consciousness will change, but Alaya wisdom is stay same, remain. I think that way is called the mind stream.
Вот это называется продолжающимся потоком ума.
So I think the base is the Buddha nature. Because of the Buddha nature, we can purify it.
И то, что это которую нам нужно очистить.
What is being purified? So Buddha nature is always pure, yet it is obscured by the temporary defilement. So
следует очистить от временных загрязнений, омрачений.
I'm sure you saw many times. When it comes to the defilement, it's always called the temporary defilement. Why are we using this term?
Почему мы используем этот термин временно,
because
потому
you
что
can
вы
separate,
можете
you know,
отделить,
you can remove from it
устраниться от этого,
if use the
отделиться от
right
этого.
method and right
Когда
antidote
используете
can
правильные
remove. That way
методы
is a
и
temporary.
противоядия.
It's not because sometimes we, you know, without the effort, it go away. Then it's called the temporary. It's not naturally not go away. It have to have a right temperature of antidote.
Следует
To
применять
remove. So it's possible to
подходящие
can remove. That way,
методы
the term is
противоядия.
using temporary defilement.
Называется временное
Also, this is
омрачение.
not saying it's just temporarily, you know, suddenly comes. Not that way temporary. You know, we don't have a beginning of when defilement start. That we call the samsara.
У нас нет начала сансары, начала того процесса, когда возникли омрачающие омрачения.
It's not like a sudden time come. You know, it's temporary. It's also beginningless. But you can
временно означает
eliminate with the right
то, что не имеет
antidote.
времени.
So that way it's called the temporary defilement. Purified. Not Buddha nature itself. This defilement are advantages. They come and go, but they do not belong. They come and go is also not like something just come or not. I think it's mean the basically talking about that you can eliminate.
Омрачения приходят
They
и
are
уходят.
not intrinsic to Buddha nature.
Они не присущи природе Будды.
For example, space itself is
Например,
naturally clear. It yet is
само
a
по
cloud.
себе оно
Once you
чисто.
realize in the truth of the Buddha nature, you can see that there was never anything to purify it. All the defilement, their antidote, and even the result of the purification are certain appearance that do not really exist.
И когда вы
I heard during the lockdown time in
понимаете, вы
India,
видите природу
daily,
Будды, то
people
уже нечего
finally saw the
очищать.
sky. So, yes?
Is relative phenomena only based on ignorance, such that as if all beings were realized, there would be no need for relative phenomena?
Yeah, but I mean, for the realization of the absolute, we have to rely on the relative.
Для
Cannot say,
реализации, для достижения абсолютного мы полагаемся на относительные принципы.
As a imputation or misunderstand, yeah, I think can say, but still you cannot neglect, because sometimes we go too far.
Порой мы часто далеко заходим.
Our head is reached to before our feet. Feet is on the ground, on the relative level, but head is gone to the absolute. They only talk about the absolute. Some people have that kind of conversation. Oh, there's samsara and nirvana as the one. So then what is different?
Самсара и нирвана
You
это
know?
одно.
But for me, samsara and
чем-
nirvana is a huge
чем они-
difference.
В
It's
чем
not
они
one.
отличаются? Но для
Yeah.
меня это не одно и то же.
For Buddha, definitely samsara and nirvana is one. But for us,
Будда
no.
говорит, что для
Samsara and
Будды,
nirvana is
для
a
Будды
huge
сансара и
difference.
нирвана это
Nirvana,
одно и то
yeah.
же, но для нас нет.
So that way, until we reach to that state, I think we have to be. So that way, in their quote said, "Kanyela ne mande ba tambe dene tominjus, tambe dene mando ba nyange de ba tominjus." Without the relying
говорится в
on the
тексте.
relative, cannot
Без
realize the absolute. Without the
не-
realization of the
не,
absolute,
а,
cannot reach to the
не
nirvana.
понимая относительного, не используя
Okay, that's
относительного принципа, мы
What
не можем
purifies?
достичь абсолютного.
Affect the purification. What is being purified? We'll talk about that, yeah? Okay. What purified? Affect the purification, we recite 3 mantras.
Что
as a
следует очистить?
mentioned
Для
before.
очищения
After the
используем
recitation
3
rests
мантры,
in the
которые я
union
вам
of the
раньше
appearance and
объяснил.
emptiness. which is actually in the state of the Dharmakaya. So in this text, since this text is continuing from the other practice, so that way not have. But many sadhana, including the Thara, we have
многие садханы включают
through the, like
накопление, накопление заслуг через подношение мандалы, повторение четырех безмерных. Это все идет накопление, мы очищаем.
So as I think before I mentioned, wisdom of the fire only can have if there's enough firewood of the relative, of the accumulation. Yeah. So until true accumulation, until supreme of true accumulation is complete, you cannot have a realization of emptiness.
Итак, до того, как завершить два накопления, мы не можем обрести мудрость.
Antidote, but according to this text, then you can say by recitation of this mantra, then it's become antidote.
И, как говорится в тексте, что, начитывая эти мантры, они становятся противоядием к омрачению.
But reason is why is we need this like accumulation, because beginner, ordinary people directly try to realize emptiness is not easy. But if you can meditate truly on the emptiness, absolute nature, then you don't need a relative. Yeah.
Нам нужна относительная истина.
There's a Gampopa had one student.
He
sold one text. Dharma text he sold.
Он продал один дхарма-текст.
Selling Dharma text is a really heavy negative karma.
И он сказал ученику, что продавать текст по дхарме — это самая тяжелая карма, накопление кармы.
Then, and he asked to Gampopa, what is the Gampopa, what is the solution to how to purify this?
Как мне очистить это?
And Gampopa said, you have to build, you have to make.
Gampopa сказал, ты должен сделать 100 копий этого текста.
At that time in Tibet we don't have a printing.
Тогда в Тибете не было принтеров.
100 copy mean by hand.
100 копий нужно было сделать вручную, переписать.
So he tried a few while, and it became too much work.
И это стало для него очень тяжелой работой.
That is too much work. If I can meditate on that, like Mahamudra can purify it. And Gampopa said, I'm waiting for that.
И он спросил у Гампопы, можно ли с помощью Махамудры решить этот вопрос. Гампопа сказал, что да, я жду этого.
Just we do the pony meditation. It's a lots of problem, yeah, because we don't have enough condition support. So that okay, that is the antidote. And if you can realize this state, you will be liberated, and then the rest of the practice will not be necessary. If you cannot abide in the state, then you have to be processed gradually through the practice. So those are called the advanced practitioners.
Так-то это называется продвинутый уровень ученика.
This is actually like a Zen tradition. Zen said like physical activity is not good, destruction, include offering. That's true. When you reach to the advanced practice, then physical is becoming destruction. Even Milarepa said, when you meditating Mahamudra, do not do physical activities.
Медитируете на Махамудру, то нет необходимости физической деятельности.
Non-conceptual wisdom.
Нужна
I think I mentioned this a
неконцептуальная
few days ago. Said
мудрость.
Larsa, when senior practitioner after many year retreat, they never read the books, texts. And some
Когда
of them say, oh, just watching the space.
выполняют многолетнюю практику
That's their meditation.
медитации, то не
Because
читают
they
книги,
can stay in that state
просто
of the
смотрят
mind.
в пространство, наблюдают состояние сознания.
Now, result of the purification, samsara will be break into the peace when we are meditating on the emptiness. So that is the
Очищения
emptiness is the
будет
actually key to how to eliminate the samsara.
понимание пустоты.
Without the
Это
emptiness, there's no way can reach to the nirvana.
без
from the other
понимания пустоты нет другого пути к достижению нирваны.
There's one quote said, "Keba jewar sudim sunjachins, yurin duso something gonjikya, yanta nyeta denem handona, tembatela
Как
tetalo."
один текст говорит,
It means that you can practice
можете
morality
практиковать нравственность
100 million years,
100 миллионов лет.
billionfold years, morality, and a long time meditate on the samadhi.
И много времени пребывать в
If you
самадхи.
don't have a right view,
Но если у вас нет правильного видения, воззрения,
not see the right view. If you not yet see the right view, it's the same as you don't have a devotion to the Buddha Dharma.
это равносильно тому, что у вас
Because
нет
without the right
доверия
view of a meditation on the emptiness, there's no way can liberate by just keeping the morality and just keeping the meditation alone. But without the support of the morality and the meditation, cannot have right view.
Но без
Cannot reach to the right
поддержки
view. Make sense?
нравственности и
So this reason,
мудрости вы не
Arya
можете
Deva said,
иметь
if
правильного
hypothetically
зрения.
you have to choose morality and right view, you should choose the right view.
И как Арья Дева сказал, что если у вас есть выбор между нравственностью и правильным воззрением, вы должны выбирать правильное воззрение.
And 400,000 stanza of the Arya Deva's middle way, he said.
И Арья Дева в своем
Lack of
труде
the merit, even not going to have a doubt on the emptiness.
не сомневайтесь в
Even you have a
пустоте.
doubt, will break the samsara. Like the metaphorically, when you what called the samsara is destroyed. First,
Exactly.
making the powder of the destroying, you have to make the break. Just even having doubt on the emptiness will break the samsara pieces. Then after the realization, no question for that. So that reason, this realization of the emptiness of the
Реализация пустоты
need a great
является
merit.
великим противоядием.
I think I mentioned this before also. Just generally practicing Dharma, having interest in the Dharma, having faith in the Dharma, having time for the Dharma, having freedom for the Dharma, need a great merit support.
Нужно иметь
It's not come easily.
поддержку заслугами.
You try to, what call bargain to, not bargain, like try to give to gift to bring to the Dharma. What call this? Bribe. Still, it doesn't work. If you bribe, yeah, it's not easy. People having interesting faith because need great merit support for that. Truly.
Итак, нужно иметь
So that
большие
way,
заслуги.
there's also, we talk about that antidote of the purification is emptiness, is it? They're not just come naturally. without any kind of a support of the merit. Then once we have a result of the samsara will break into the peace. When it's meditate on the emptiness, even if we don't gain the direct realization, just thinking of the meaning of the emptiness, the body of the self, cherishing and self-grasping started to come apart. Adisha said, just by thinking about the emptiness, even if you don't have the direct realization of it, all of the temporary defilement are purified. One naturally reach the advantage state of the purity. Then the Tantra of the Union says that all of the sentient being can purify up all of the defilement, contemplating emptiness. With the intelligent mind will plant the seed of the realization. Thus a great benefit will result from this practice.
Что великое благо будет результатом этой практики.
From that state, by the praising Hung Hung, the Vajra foundation,
находясь в этом состоянии, произнося
an arrow net arise. So this Vajra foundation, you will not see in the picture when you see the mandala. The Vajra foundation is not there, but a sudden mandala when you see some Vajra around, and also you see the foundation, some side of that one. But the tent, particularly tent, you will not see on the mandala picture. With the same mandala picture, anywhere you will not see the tent.
Тент не изображают на танках.
This Vajra is like not like a Vajra like this. A Vajra also really sharp pointed Vajra.
Обычно Ваджра, что такое Ваджра? Ваджра обычно они очень острые.
And surrounding whole the mandala.
Они окружают всю мандалу.
This Vajra is between the palace and the wall.
Ваджра находится между дворцом и стеной. Это построено как бы из важный шатер.
Maybe I may say here. This is called one of those uncommon preliminary practice. Because uncommon preliminary practice according to the Chakra Sambhavara, there's a 4 uncommon preliminary practice. Will of protection, 1. Purification of the Vajrasattva, 2.
Очищение Ваджрасаттвы, 2.
1. Supplication to the guru blessing, I think that one, and self empowerment. Self receiving empowerment. Yeah, those, I think those 4 uncommon preliminary practice according to the Vajra Chakra Sambhavara Tantra. So here,
собственное благословение 4. Так, в практиках
so visualizing that the mantra is so huge, and the bottom of the mantra reach to the golden ground, and the bottom of the earth, and the top reach to the 4 Brahmin Ram. This mantra transform into the 2 crows Vajra that are completely sealed by the different size of Vajra, filling in the space that seal the earth, make as a foundation that not even air can penetrate. It's also extremely solid, that is not even the earthquake could destroy it. So that kind of Vajra. And the Hung also, this is huge, like wall.
Итак, мы визуализируем огромный хум.
US wall. Higher than So, so why it's a golden ground? It's the same is in the according to the Abhidhamma, our planet is the bottom is a
Согласно Абхидхарме,
golden ground.
наша планета имеет
One just said Gisashi. On the all the
золотое основание.
Then all the water is based on that, and all the container, what called continents, all on that water.
Когда мы подносим мандалу, там говорится о 4 континентах.
Until the 4 Brahmin realm, it's a form realms. So whole completely sealed with that kind of wall, with the home as a transform to that kind of wall, and they have a what called Vajra. Yes. Next, enclosure the foundation as an armor wall. Again, this is a huge reaching from the bottom of the earth and the very top of the desire realm and the beyond. Light radiate from this wall and form of a Vajra tent within the wall. The tent has a 4 sides and the peak as a middle. High above as a foundation. Inside is a large canopy, similar to be those found in the temple. Hanging above is a Lama seat when he is teaching. Tent is composed of the net of the arrow. These are not the kind of arrow we would use with the bow. Rather, they are open-ended Vajra with the point as a sharp. So Vajra, this is a closure. Actually, originally Vajra is an open one, this one.
Обычно Vajra открыта.
All this part is an open one and really sharp. That's what called the Vajra arrow. Острая. Tent with arrow. Mean arrow is not talking about the bow arrow. It's a Vajra, like an arrow. It's really sharp. So like even no one can touch.
Никто не может дотронуться из-за остроты.
Many pieces of the Vajra, some are big, some are small, because of the many of them totally sealed.
Vajra больших, маленьких.
That kind of Vajra foundation, because
никто не может проникнуть сквозь Vajra.
Practice. We need the will of protection. And around the outside of this is a great practitioner, circle of a releasing primordial wisdom fire. So then outside of the wall of the Vajra tent, and there's a fire.
Снаружи
if you look the mandala
есть
here,
шатер,
you see
важный
the
шатер.
Vajra, then you see the fire outside in the picture.
И,
so that's similar like that. The fire is like a wall, also firewall. And if you go to detail, then outside of the fire, there's also
огненный шатер.
What's the unquenchable fire? What is a quenchable? Ah, okay. Yeah. Who? Will of protection so that external harm cannot disturb our practice, as an internal factor will not be cause us to be lost our siddhi. So this is there's 2 reasons. One, external obstacle, because there's a lot of things who are not really pleasing for the seeing Dharma. They cannot harm. Internally, through our meditation of the practice, we gain some siddhi and not lose that one. So protect both sides.
The wrathful ones are outside of the fire.
Yeah.
Or
outside of the fire.
Outside of the fire,
yeah.
Facing outward, and then the female facing in.
Normally, yes, according to Chakra. Most disturbing Mara is called the Devaputra, son of the god, who is the embodiment of the desire and the temptation. He is out constantly disturbing the Dharma practitioner. He doesn't like the people to be meditating, engaging in the other Dharma practice because they will rise above him through their practice, and he doesn't want anyone to be his best him. This will of protection protect you from this destruction. If we were able to distract you, your negative emotion, attachment, hatred, jealousy, and so on, you would increasing. Your negative emotion become the stronger, your CD grow weaker, and short, your accomplishment would deteriorate. So, but I mean, this is a, you know, advanced practitioner because sometimes we beginner, we this kind of meditation, sometimes it brings you too much. What call this?
Agitation,
Too much excitement, but you become also part of that, you know? So it's not good. But Jiddu said, one of the safest way to meditating on the will of protection is bodhicitta. When you have a bodhicitta, no one can harm you.
Практикуйте, развивайте бодхичитту, и
если она
у вас развита, то никто не сможет вас, вам повредить.
If there's no harm, you cannot practice the bodhicitta. Like if you really want to feed to the poor one, you have to find the poor one. If you not find the poor one, you cannot feed the poor one.
Если вы хотите накормить нищего, там вам нужно найти нищего в первую очередь.
So this is a picture. You can see the will of protection. As a, thank you, Ellen.
На картине можете увидеть
similar like this.
Колесо защиты.
This one, yeah.
Вот.
This is fire and tent.
Огонь и
Yeah, the fire is mostly is a wall. Fire is a wall. Hung is a wall. There's a lot of wall, but tent is different. Yeah.
Is the wall made of hung syllables?
Yeah, the hung is become like wall.
Хун становится подобно стене.
Sorry. Hung, yeah, those two
Два
become like a mini wall.
И при произнесении возникают две стены.
In the center is a syllable A transformed into the Damodaya. With this pointed root through down and expanded as a top like the hood of a cobra. Cobra? Ah, okay. So yeah. So it's become like this, basically the Damodayas. Then two of them, double. So supposed to be one is bottom, one is top, but also it's kind of like it's because it's not the solid like our physically, so they're not in each other disturbed. So it's a kind of through continue. Two.
So Dharma.
Two triangles.
Dharma.
No. Or both together. Yes, it's similar, like Star of David, but
that's the top.
Yeah,
Dharma.
Yeah, the same this one.
That's like a pyramid.
And this the Damodaya is said outside is blue, inside is red. But some like
учитель говорит о некой конструкции, я не понимаю,
outside is a white, inside is a blue. So I mean red. So I don't know. But this is a text according to this text. I cannot change the text. So some texts you may see the outside is a white, inside is red. This side said outside is blue, inside is red.
Здесь говорится внешне, это предмет синего цвета внутри красного цвета. Но в других текстах говорится разные цвета.
Into the multicolor lotus. So that is a huge one. Like anything can fit there.
Возникает
Basically,
многоцветный
we're talking about the
лотос.
whole universe, you know. It's not like a small space. The center of that is a multicolor lotus.
В центре этого пространства многоцветный лотос.
Syllable that's inseparable because the deity and the seed syllable are inseparable. Because of this, you can either visualize a palm syllable or the deity
сердечный слог, они
transforming
нераздельны.
into the lotus. The syllable and lotus picture on the page 6 of the text. This is a multicolor lotus along with the moon disk, as a sun disk, as a hook knife. Describing below are the visualizing as being
семенной слог находится на солнечном лунном диске.
Upper triangle of the Damodaya, which rests on the Vajra foundation. Then syllable A transform into the full moon, and syllable Ram transform into the sunset, upon which lay human corpse.
Следующее преображается в солнечный диск и
above that is the nature of the my mind as a red syllable bomb blazing with the light. This transform into the Дрикунг knife with the Vajra handle adorned at the center with the syllable bomb. So this first layer of the human corpse. Human corpse, this they said, is really fresh.
Труп очень свежий.
That's the top of the seat. It's the body that is someone who just died. At the moment, their outer breath has stopped, but they still have the inner breath. So it's very fresh, not rotten or become decomposed or decomposed at all. So I have to be fresh one. So how to stay fresh one is a outer breath stop, but inner breath still remain. Longest inner breath
дыхание
still
остановилось,
remain,
но
body not
внутреннее
becoming
дыхание
decomposed
еще
or rotten.
не
So something fresh like that.
остановилось.
Then above that is the nature of my mind as a red syllable bomb, blazing with the light. This transforms into the Дрикунг knife.
Красный
Now
слог
there's a
Рам.
bomb syllable. The deity seed syllable is your mind. Also, that's why this morning I said deity mind,
Слог Бам
your mind and guru are
проявление нашего
inseparable.
ума.
Always from the primordially inseparable. So that's a deity seed bomb you visualizing is as your own awareness, your consciousness as a form of the deity seed bomb. And that have to be red color. Why? Because seed syllable and deity color have to be same. Like a green tara, tam is green. White tara, tam
семенной слог божества и цвет самого божества не имеют один и тот же цвет.
So seed syllable
как в примере старой Тары, у Тары семенной слог там зеленого цвета, и Тара тоже зеленого цвета.
Red in color. Then Vajrayogini seed syllable transformed to a hand implement. Yeah. So that hand implement is also representative of the enlightened mind.
И Ваджрайогини
hand implement is a Дрикунг knife, hook knife.
держит
Дрикунг with the center is a bomb syllable.
Слог Бам.
There is a male and a female style of the hook knife. So this hand Дрикунг have, I think, two different. One is a male Дрикунг and one is female.
Так она держит два дигуга, один мужской, другой женский. Мужской меньше, менее острый,
female style, please refer to the
женский,
page 6 of the text for the clear picture of the knife mark with the syllable. So I
они
think like
помечены
some male
слогами.
deity, I think maybe Mahakala, they carrying the hook knife is bigger.
У
And also
Махакалы держит
knife
большой
hook is much sharper. Female is, they said, less sharp. The
большой
hook.
дигук,
This is, I mean, just some detail a little bit.
то есть это вот такие некие детали, визуализации, понимания,
Light
отличия.
emanate from this making offering to the noble one and purifying the negative deed of the obscuration of the sentient being and establishing them into the state of the Vajrayogini. So this first, offering to the all the enlightened noble ones, talk about the Buddha and Bodhisattva.
Первое подношение идет, даруется просветленным,
that's called your own benefit. By offering,
благородным
you will accumulate the
гостям.
merit. So it's your own benefit. Then again, light radiate and purifying the sentient being. And
Так,
all sentient beings
следующее,
transform to the Vajrayogini form. So like thousands of them, Vajrayogini transform like with you.
Распространяется и
Then when you
делаем
recite the
подношение
mantra,
живым
actually
существам.
all of them recite the mantra. When you close eyes and you think that way, even you can hear everyone chanting with you. It will give you great energy.
И должны представлять, что все живые существа вместе с вами начитывают мантру, и от этого
And this light gather back, the completely
возвращается
transform like the red silk
много энергии.
rays into the sky. I myself become a Vajrayogini. My body is red and shine with the brilliance of the 100,000 sun. And my main face is 3 eyes and expression that mix with the wrath and a patient. Actually, there's 3 different kind of expression. Vajrayogini. First is called the wrathful expression. Second is called the patient expression. Third is called the compassion expression.
Гневное,
one
мирное,
image can do 3
сострадательное.
expression сame time.
Одновременно Ваджрайогини имеет 3 вот этих выражения.
Wrathful expression to the
гневное выражение.
Beings who are mind corrupted by the negative emotion.
Обращено к тем, кто имеет негативные эмоции.
As a consort. And compassion expression to the being who devoted to the Dharma.
Обращено к тем, кто
you try to show
имеет
that 3 different expressions same time. Try to see
веру
what is it become.
в дхарму.
Maybe we'll stop here, yeah? With the 3 expression. We'll see how much expression we can feel. Thank you.
Short, by this virtue collected in
the 3 times by myself, all being the samsara and nirvana.
May I and all sentient beings quickly attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, and precious enlightenment.
May the teaching of the Дрикунг Kagyu, who's omniscient Lord of the Dharma, Master of Infinity, continue increase through study, practice, contemplation, meditation,
until the end of samsara. Heard page 30, paragraph 3.
As the excellent mind, where's a born man not where's a born man not whatever it is. Chancho sem joy Rинпоче manje pana je joy Khebai nyambai membai kone kondo pewai. Thank you.